Namaskar, Prash. Thank you so much for coming again.
Yes,
And today we want to again carry on with what we've been talking about till now about the coronavirus situation and
yes,
what is it that we need to do. How do we cope with the fear that has been created around by the media, by all the information that is available to us? And we've discussed a lot about it. We'll just continue from there on and tell us a little bit more about how to handle the fear that people are going through.
okay. The thing, what is the state we are at right now? I think where people are right now, people are realizing, I think, that the distractions are at a minimum now. So
Yes.
the sports are gone,
Hmm.
like entertainment, normal that things are gone.
Right.
You
Right.
can't go out to
Yeah.
concerts anymore or events, and all of that kind of entertainment is gone. Distractions. So distractions are going to thin out, like which is seeming like a bad thing
Right.
to the in general, but it's a good thing,
Yes.
right? It's a
Yes.
good thing because then you have to confront yourself. You have to confront life on this plane and
Right.
life on earth, and you have to confront, and then you have to, once you get into that contemplative, sort of K2 state a little bit,
True.
so then you have to finally like get to some sort of like a realization and then a solution. Then I think the only way to tackle fear in this case is taking control of yourself, which starts with taking control of your own body, physical
Right.
body.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you start taking care of control of that in a centered way, like, because that's what in Lotus Ocean I have introduced the concept of centering.
Yes.
As a whole, like that you have to center your body.
Right.
You have to keep centered all the time, like
Mm.
24/7, 365.
Right.
So this centering thing is very important,
Mm.
and it's the first step for taking control of one's physical body, actually.
Right.
So beings have to start doing that.
Right.
And if they want to learn something about it, like they can contact Lotus Ocean and find out
Right.
more about how to go about doing this.
Right.
The centering of the body, because that is the very first step beings have to take. And other things like grounding, touching the feet on the ground, all these basic disciplines need to
Right.
start
Right.
like immediately if the fear has to be curtailed, and then come these kind of sentences, that I want to align myself with nature and the universe or the multiverse, whatever you want to call it, or divine. So I want to align myself with nature and divine. So these kind of things have to be said
Right.
from the mouth.
Right.
And this is a declaration you need to make, and you need to make it, and you have all the time in the world right now to
Right.
to do this repetition.
Right. It's like a positive affirmation kind of a thing.
Yeah, and you have time in that, and the more you speak that, the more you go towards that direction, the more you'll find the fear will reduce.
Absolutely, yes. Like you always said that the more you connect with nature, the more you get, more common sense you get, and obviously then you're able to see things clearly.
Yes, but in this kind of situation, like right now, connecting to nature will not be possible for a lot of people by going outside that much, because that's not allowed. Even there is being restrictions on that even in a lot of places around the world.
Right.
So for them, inside they can watch Lotus Ocean films and stuff which have nature and sounds connected to that. And Lotus Ocean sounds will actually create a real positive healing vibe. Actually, there are playlists out there, Amrit Acoustics, and those kind of playlists which people can use to actually create a healing effect and a better centered effect for the mind. And they'll connect to nature as well, because there's sounds played in nature with nature.
Yeah, true. Yes. Sorry, we were just a little frozen for a bit. Yeah.
Yes. So the thing was that those sounds and those sound light, Lotus Ocean sound light, it's all about nature and connecting with nature. So people can enjoy it indoors right now.
Right.
And and do the taking control of the body, centering, and all of those things, and speaking the right thing from their mouth, repetition of those kind of things, because right now when you are in this is the right time to start taking that step. And people who don't take that step right now, who say that they don't care about aligning with nature or divine, okay, if they have that kind of attitude, then fear is the only thing. After that, there is no other way, because the screws are going to tighten from every side, so it's not just going to be one side. Like people think this side, then the financial side, then the system side, then the nature side. From all directions, things are coming from all directions now. So and like if you have some time on and by yourself indoors, then best to utilize it in a proper way. Do things which you have never done in your life. Like all these things, a lot of people would have never done. They never centered themselves. They have never done any such practice. They have never repeated things like that. But now is the time. Because you are in that position. If you don't, then the media, the fear, the whole general chaos will take over.
Will consume
your mind space. Okay, your mental space. So this is a very like a crucial time in that way to make a decision finally, because everything is about decisions in the end, so
choices
and decisions. So a decision has got to be made now. Sometimes decisions can be made without any external force, right? Now Roshni, this can be considered a external force is there, so it's a forced decision.
Absolutely, yes.
Like so when you take this kind of thing, then the rest of the things, how will it work out for me in this world? Like all of that will work out, depending on the stance of yours. But you have to take the stance first.
True.
So yeah.
You always said that we are electromagnetic beings. We need to think of ourselves less as matter and more as energy, frequency, vibration.
Yes.
And once we realize that, and even if we have a little small garden or a little small space also within the house, like in all countries, the restriction is not so stringent. So one can just do that grounding within, on a land which you have in the house, on grass.
Yes, you can.
Trees,
you can.
Plants.
Yeah. And if you are totally stuck in a flat or something, where you don't have any such opportunity,
then you
or
have
something like that,
videos to
then
watch.
You can touch wood.
Yeah, right. Yes.
You can always ground with wood. So there is always an option.
Right.
See, where there is a will, there is a way.
Of course. Yes.
Okay, so it's the question of the will. Like right now, the whole focus has to be the will. Like whether you have the will to be well, whether you have will for a better future, whether you have a will for evolution, whether you have will to break out of the matrix, whether you have will to do a lot of things. So it's about looking into yourself and creating that will, and that will gets increased by repetitions of the right kind.
So there's this very famous line by Nikola Tesla that we are energy, we are frequency and vibration. So energy is, I think what you're saying, is from the ground, and when we speak it out from our mouth, we create a frequency and a vibration. So that's why I guess it's important to
and which affects your consciousness.
Absolutely. So
because I think the Vedic concept is the yagya, is the yagya, because the food goes through your mouth, it goes into your stomach, and then the fire is there, digestive fire, and then from there the energy comes back, and it comes back through your mouth, through your speech.
Which has to be
Vani.
used.
It's called Vani in Sanskrit. So that's what comes, and now that has a power, which obviously beings don't realize. So
and speaking all kind of nonsensical stuff from your mouth. Yes.
So that is where, and after that, you are muddled up and you are incoherent, and then fear is very easy to take hold of. Any external thing will make you scared very quickly. The more rooted you are in nature and divine, like properly rooted, the less any external circumstance here on this earth will scare you.
True.
That's a given. Okay, like it's a So the point is that this is the time to actually center. Yes. So, Roshni, the thing is now what I see is that this is an opportunity, like in a way where distractions are at minimum. Okay.
Right.
They can't get less than this, the distractions,
Right. Absolutely.
So, and if people don't take the step right now, in the future, it might be much more tougher because things might reach a level where you won't have the time or, like the comfort or those kind of things. Actually go ahead with this.
Right.
So this is like a thing. If beings don't do it now, like it'll get tougher and tougher in the future to do this or take this step or start this. So at least the starting point should happen right now. Okay, and there are no excuses now for not taking control because fear is there, all kinds of negativity is there. You have all these concerns, fear about the future also. A lot of people because of their jobs and all kinds of things. There's so many worries. So, like this is the right time to actually take this step, start doing the centering, which is the real meditation. Because anywhere anyone tells you what meditation is, like millions of people will tell this is meditation, that is meditation. But medi word by itself, medi means middle, means center.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to center yourself. That's what any meditation actually is. No matter what is being told to you around the world.
Right.
It's about taking your body and bringing it into the center. That's what, even if you see all the pictures of all the rishis, beings from the past or anything, like even they are always centered.
Right. Right.
You can't show me one non-centered picture of Buddha or image of any being, like that's not possible. Okay, so centering was the core thing, and physical centering because you're in a physical body, and this is the only real meditation actually. So, and the centered speech, and people who want to learn it, like they can connect with any of our Lotus Ocean things, in America, what is coming up, or in Europe, okay, or India, whatever, people can connect to the things, Lotus Ocean things for learning these things. But I think this is sort of an opportunity which, if it goes away this time, may not come back within this lifetime.
Right.
Most people, and overall the way the whole thing is going, it's and the time is not much. You can't delay too much, because like situation can get bad anytime, as people know. This is the way the situation is. So if the time is there, the space is there, you yourself are there with yourself, it's the best time right now to do it.
Absolutely. And like you said that we are going to be starting now very soon. The Lotus Ocean Meditation Center here is in the US as well. And I'm going to provide the link in the description and start doing some online meditations so people can start to provide the information there. Maybe do a little separate video on that when we launch it, and let people know that they can come online and learn how to do this meditation and be able to do it online and then practice it in their own homes.
Yes, I mean, finally, it is time now to take control of your own.
Absolutely. And this time should not be wasted in just, getting more and more fearful, listening to things, and instead
we are wasting time with mainstream media and, and their lies and stuff, which we have exposed already. Like I've been saying that for 20 years now.
Absolutely.
Like no point like reiterating the whole thing, and people who are new, they can watch all the previous videos and previous films or previous interviews of mine, so they'll get a better picture as to what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And so, but the whole thing is that now it is time that people take control of at least their physical bodies. From why are their physical body their mind, and why are their mind their spirit direction.
Right. Absolutely. So the triangle that you always talk about.
So
and you said the easiest thing is the body. So the body has to be put into the discipline, and that helps stabilize the mind, and eventually it.
Yeah, and that's what's happening right now. Like I think things are moving from a civilian to a martial law. Like people are talking about martial law situation most around the world, mostly.
Right.
So, and if you see the difference between the civilian thing and martial thing,
right,
it's that only. It's discipline, right?
it is, yes.
It's bodily discipline,
right.
So if things get more martial
Mm.
with the direction which they are heading, that would only mean one thing:
more discipline. Right.
Yeah, and that might be the fear of a lot of people. More discipline might be the fear of a lot of people. But then, if you don't do discipline, then you have all other kinds of fears.
Right. Now, if you don't discipline yourself, so it's time for self-discipline. Then other people will impose their, which is a nonsensical discipline on you.
Yeah, and then that's the point. And then other things happen to you. So, so that's the point. Self-discipline people were not doing.
Right.
Like masses for the last 20 years we have seen. So now a situation has come where they will be forced to get into some sort of discipline. So which will seem hard for some.
True.
But the thing is, if you don't do that, then there are other fears, other things which affect you much more, and those are more dangerous things. So, anyways, people have to decide all these things, weigh in all the factors, and come to a decision. And best to do it quickly, because not.
So yes, Prash, I think we've got what you're saying is very right, that it's time for people to make a choice between self-discipline or the martial discipline. So it's always better to choose to go for self-discipline. That's a wiser choice. And that's what people should do right now. And, if they do that, it'll become easier for them to overcome their fears and overcome the situation, which might get a little more harsher in the future. And, they would not need to then worry about the martial discipline that will happen, because they would already be in a disciplined routine
state.
In the state, disciplined state. So I think we get your point very well, and people should now start to act on these things that you've spoken about today.
Okay.
Namaskar. Very grateful for your presence. Thank you.